Mother, already facing child neglect charges, now charged with her child's death. Today, the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office announced that TANIA MCGOWAN is now charged with manslaughter in connection with her baby's death. Jacksonville Fire and Rescue first responded to the home for an unresponsive infant who later died at the hospital. The initial arrest report from December says that the 5-month-old was never seen by a doctor and weighed just 7 pounds. The medical examiner told investigators there was no evidence of any food in the child's stomach. McGowan was previously being held on a $1 million bond. That has been changed to being held on no bond.
So the last time that we checked up on this story about TANIA MCGOWAN, recently updates have came about. 23 years old, was already jailed on charges for a child on abuse and neglect after her baby being deceased. So reading over, a Jacksonville mother is now facing charges for the deceased of her infant, according to Jacksonville Sheriff's Office, JSO. TANIA, she was already in jail for the charges and the abuse, neglect, but now she was arrested for the M word, which is, let's just put it as vicious. But that vicious word is just grave digging. December 11, 2022, officials responded to the 1400 block of Duval Road after reports of an unresponsive infant. Things that we already know. The baby was rushed to the hospital where it was pronounced deceased. Now, it's a lot about this story that's gonna have me off due to the fact that we love the children. So it's not gonna sit right with me, and I feel like anybody with integrity and morale, it's not gonna sit right with you either, reading something that's in depth like this. I knew this person as well. I went to school with this person. I was younger. She was a tad bit older, but the things that people do, especially as you get older and things tend to transpire in life and people take these certain turns and other things happen. According to First Coast News, an arrest report from Jacksonville Sheriff's Office said the baby boy was 5 months old and only weighed around 7 pounds. The report indicates that during the time the victim was alive, he was never seen by a doctor. The report says McGowan admitted she noticed the child was slimming down, but she thought he was getting taller. Every time you read something that's just this mentally ill, you just sit back and try to figure out what made you this idiotic. The medical examiner told investigators there was no evidence of food in the child's stomach and that he seemed very malnourished. McGowan was being held on more than $1 million bond before the vicious charge was added. $1 million bond. You only have to pay 10% of that. But with these new charges, everything falls back now on her attorney and whoever cares to love her. But for this thug here, we want her to receive the time for what she did to that baby boy. It's terrible. It's sad. And I show no remorse to somebody that can be this vicious. It's a baby. It's a child. You always look at how things can be reflected on yourself. Always, man. Yourself, who's close to you. It's a mental thing. So self-control and how you decide to move, look towards the better route. That's with life, with anything. Look towards the better route. Because you don't want to end up like TANIA MCGOWAN or anybody you may know or may know who's still doing things that they don't have to be doing. Things that's not calculated well. So people like this, you just can't say, we leave this alone. Growth and development, strive, prosper, grow. Sean HOVA, rest in peace to that baby boy. Gone.